that tonight's gonna be a good, good night. I feel it.
Ooh, that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Hi, everybody. You're like, oh my goodness, what could possibly be going on right now? And why is she so excited? I am excited because I just can't believe the opportunities that I have to be around such cool people. And so I am presenting to you all today. I would do a drum roll, but I don't want to have the microphone shake and mess up the volume on the recording for the show. But I am introducing you today to, it's so many great things going on. You guys got to be introduced to the new sports crew that's come on board, Brooks's iView. Yeah, with RJ and Dorian. And today I am launching the newest show because everybody is like on this health kick and trying to get fit or just trying to be more conscious about what's going on in their mouth. And so the irony is we had this show in the making for some time now. Yes. Am I right?
Yes, we are.
And because everything is aligned and this is the best time for it based on scheduling and availabilities on the station, we have in the studio with us on today Miss Michelle Ramsey.
Misha Inside Out.
And that's the name of her show, Misha Inside Out, making your health a priority. And she's known by a lot of people for a lot of things. I know her to be an expert, make it fun, even though you be wanting to hit her in the head, aerobics instructor. She said, yo, I'll come and do aerobics for you guys. I can even do chair aerobics. I'm going to make it easy on people to get healthy. And I didn't believe her when she told me that. But I actually was in the room and I watched her literally do chair aerobics. And people got just really a phenomenal workout. And they got to feel better. And they were on the track to managing their health. And so, Ramsey, we're going to talk about a few things. I know that I want people to kind of get a sense for what they can expect when they tune into the show and they're a part of it. I know I want people to have an opportunity to also be more conscious about how they're living their lives, but also how they're raising their children. So there's a lot of illnesses and things that people think are inherited and they have to live with it for the rest of their lives. But you also do nutrition. And so there are some corrective things that people can put in place to get better. They got the new movie that's been out on Netflix. I know you've heard about it, What the Health. And everybody, I don't eat that no more. I don't eat that no more. I'm like, cool, more for us. Because, people just have to figure out how to get to a sane way that they can live to get to a better and a healthier life, not just for themselves, but for their children. So, Ramsey, just in a few words, because we're going to talk about a lot on today for the time that we're on the air. Again, this is the launch of the newest show on the Go Radio station, Powering the Voice of Community and Change. I have with you the launch of the show for your new host, Michelle Ramsey. And the name of her show is Misha Inside and Out, making your health a priority, because she's going to talk about not just looking good on the outside, but making sure that you're also putting things on the inside that's going to give you a more quality life. So tell people a little bit about some of the things that you've done, Ramsey. And I know you've been around nutrition and health for some time. What do you want people to know?
That you are what you eat. How you conduct yourself every day has a lot to do with what you put in your body.
Meaning that people can do better if they eat better.
Exactly.
Because some people complain about being tired all the time or not having enough energy and so forth. And that can be managed also through some of the... I don't like using the word diet, because when people say diet now, they associate it with weight loss. They don't think about it like just natural nutrition and minding your business about what you're putting in your mouth.
Exactly.
What do you think?
There's not really a such thing as diet. It's just about eating healthy and eating in portion sizes, correct portion sizes. A lot of people always holler they're on a diet, but it's not a diet. Salad, it's eating everyday daily healthy meals. You know, if I'm eating 3 meals a day, then I want to make sure that they're healthy meals. I want to make sure I'm eating plenty of fruits and veggies daily. I want to make sure I'm cutting out the high fat food, you know, with the high sugars in it, especially, you know, the beverages. I mean, I know a lot of people like to drink pop
Wow.
and juice, but
I got diabetes here.
and yeah,
Misha gonna help Yo-Yo.
our diet pop is just another crutch for a lot of us. You know, I mean, if we're drinking a diet pop, we figure we're drinking something healthier, but technically we're not. If you want to be healthy, you might as well drink plenty of water a day, at least 8 cups of water a day, and fresh juice. I mean, everybody doesn't like to do fresh juices. You know, they don't like to juice or anything, but that is healthier. A lot of juices we buy in the store, you know, has a lot of sugar in it, high sugars in it.
I wanted to talk about that because one of the things we talked about when we mentioned about the launch of your show is we would also give people, because we mentioned about good quality foods being in certain neighborhoods and not in others.
Exactly.
You know? And so I think part of the challenge is, and I've dealt with this with doing parent trainings and workshops, I've had parents say to me, well, I would eat better and do better if I had access to it. And so the organic food section in most stores is beyond the budget of a lot of people when they're shopping for them and for their kids. They have to, some people think they got to buy more in bulk. And I don't know, they question whether to compromise or sacrifice the quantity for the quality when they have to feed a lot of children or a lot of people.
Right.
So, I mean, what do we say to people that's like on a budget of $50 when they hit the grocery store, $100, and they want to buy, like you mentioned about some of the juices and fruit? Because I know even myself, when I was raising my kids, some fruits was a luxury.
Yes.
I'm just being honest with you, because even though I knew what did they call it? Not the chart. The pyramid.
The pyramid.
The
that
food
everybody
pyramid
goes
back
through.
then.
Yeah.
Now it's the plate. But when I was always conscious of the food pyramid, you know, grains, bread, and
Right.
meats, and all of that stuff. But vegetables cost more.
Yes, they do. They actually do cost more. But if you notice, a lot of people are getting more into having their own garden.
Oh, I see what you mean. There's options.
Yeah, there's options. I'd rather have my own garden and create my own garden and make a raised bed, because we never know what's in the soil in the ground. So if we're making a raised bed garden, then we know we got fresh soil that we're planting our seeds in. If you have your own garden, it's going to be less. It's going to cost you less money to eat healthier than going in the store, buying the veggies and fruits out the store. Whatever you can grow, that's less money out your pocket.
So there's ways to supplement it.
Oh, definitely is.
And the kids would enjoy being a part of growing some of their own stuff, too.
Oh, yes. It teaches them how to be healthy. It teaches them how to take care of themselves, you know, and teach them about gardening, you know, growing their own veggies. You got a lot of people that take the kids to the gardens that are around in different areas. And even the schools take the kids on trips like that to learn how to plant their own veggies.
Wow. Wow.
So when you see all the gardens around the different neighborhoods, like there's one on that's John R, the corner of John R and East Palmer, and a lot of people go over there, and a lot of kids walk past there, and they take kids on a field trip.
Now, Gleaners has a large garden. Actually, they built it. I think it's been almost a year now. This is the second summer, and they were doing programs there where kids were able to come and learn how to garden, plant, and man it.
Right.
And that went on for several weeks during the summer. I think about people who don't have, I won't name the area, but there was an area that I lived in, and I remember when I had transportation, but it wasn't the most reliable, so I couldn't always drive the distances that I want to, but it was the local grocery store, and the challenge was a lot of times people were getting bad meat there.
Exactly.
And even though I couldn't go far, I could get a little further out than that street to get the food I needed. But it always bothered me that some people, that's the only option or choice they might have.
And that's true, because a lot of the neighborhood stores are not considerate about the foods they sell to the people.
As far as quality.
Right, as far as the quality of the food, because they know that most of the people over there don't have transportation to get far, so they know they're going
held
to
hostage.
buy the food.
That's right.
In their store.
That's right.
They're going to buy it. Where else am I going to go if I don't have transportation to get there or someone to take me?
Mm-hmm.
So that causes a lot of low-income families to buy unhealthy foods too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and some of the food, you know, they're not even aware that it's not fresh, because they don't know how to determine if the fruit is fresh or not. You know, if it's too soft, if it's too hard. If I pick up a melon, is it ripe? Is it soft enough to be
That's
ripe?
good.
Is it too hard? A lot of parents don't know that unless they're taught. Just like when I was doing nutrition classes for gleaners. They take them on a market trip.
That's right.
And they teach them that you could take a budget of $10 and feed a whole family a meal. And they take them through the store and teach them how to shop and what to look for.
That's right.
And the prices, how they look at the prices and the units and so forth. And show them that they can actually make a healthy meal for $10 or less.
Wow.
And when you're shown that, you're
Wow.
like, oh my God, okay. Because usually most people go to the store and the first thought in their mind is, oh my God, I got to feed the whole family today. It's going to cost me about $20 or more.
That's right.
No, it's all in what you buy.
That's right.
That determines what you spend.
And
But
so even when you talk about what you buy, what you spend, and what you're eating, I know I just want really people to be excited about what's to come also in the show, and some of the additional supports that you're going to be able to provide based on your background. And I do believe that people would live better if they knew better.
Exactly.
You know, like managing asthma, we talked about that people will be able to get tips and information. And I think, too, Ramsey, we could probably open up the call-in line and let people call in with some of those issues. I know people text me the information on Facebook. We can answer questions that way. But a lot of people don't want to be on insulin, and they're working, you know, to get to a healthier place where their glucose is lower, you know, and I just think that there's better ways that people can live if they know better.
Exactly.
Even just the physical fitness. So talk a little bit about, because we talked about the inside a little bit, but a lot of people are worried about the outside, how they look, and they think, well, if they're slim, trim, and this, that means they're healthy. But people don't always remember that you have to work your heart. And I remember you saying that to me one time before. That has more value than some of the other things that people are doing.
Yes, it does. A lot of people, when they see somebody slim, they're like, oh my God, they're so in shape. You have a lot of people that look fit that are the most unhealthiest people out here, because they look fit and they look good and they look like what people consider supermodel. That they're so healthy, but a lot of them have just as bad diet as anybody else. They don't work out because they don't believe that they need to, because when they look at themselves in the mirror, to them and everybody around them, they're the perfect picture of health.
Wow.
But being slim and trim doesn't make me the perfect picture of health. So if you think about it, I have to believe everybody have 10 minutes out of their day to do some type of physical
activity.
Fitness.
That's good.
Out their day. When I worked at a clinic I used to work at, the whole group in the pod, I would come in and say, okay, everybody, every hour, we're going to do squats in the chair. So we're going to stand up and sit down 10 times.
Wow.
Every hour. And everybody was doing like, oh, my God, my heart is racing so hard. I said, and that's just off of 10 squats in your chair.
Wow.
You could do that every hour.
Wow.
Or every 2 hours.
So what is it again? Stand up and
stand
what?
up squats in your chair. Like if I'm in my chair and I'm at my desk, I'm going to stand up, sit down, stand up, squeeze them buttocks, standing up and down.
Wow.
I'm doing 10 of those every hour or every 3 hours or so while I'm at work. My heart is pumping. That blood is racing through my heart. It's pumping through my heart.
And that doesn't really take any time away from anything.
No, it doesn't. I can sit at my desk and I can, if I'm sitting there and I'm not doing anything, Why can't I pick up an exercise band and just do bicep curls with it? Mm-hmm. You know, I might be right. Son have one arm doing bicep curl. Everybody might look at me and be like, "What are you doing?" I'm doing a bicep curl. I'll get the other arm later. You know, it's not like you can't do nothing at your desk.
That's right.
It's just everybody mind
some
is
people,
programmed
because of technology now, a lot of the jobs require them to be at their desk for longer periods
Exactly.
of time. And this really positions them where they can't get up and go walking or stay active or keep the circulation going. They can be doing it right there at their desk.
Exactly. I could do front heel lunges in my chair. I could do knee lifts in my chair. I could march in place in my chair. Every movement accounts for some type of physical activity.
So people are like going out of their way to get the Fitbits. Is that it? The
Yes.
little things.
Because they're trying to keep account of their steps, how many steps
Yeah.
they took at work, you know. Some people like, oh, I was at work all day today, and I got 3,000 steps in, or I got 5,000 steps in. Okay, because you're moving constantly. And that do means a lot, too. If I have a job where I can get up and down, and I'm moving constantly throughout the day,
right,
then that's better than sitting in my chair throughout the day. Because if I'm getting up and down and moving constantly, consistently, whether I'm going up and down the stairs or whether I'm going in and out of an office all throughout the day, I'm getting some type of physical activity in. But when I'm sitting still, that's like living a sedentary lifestyle. Because when they leave work and they go home, they still feel tired because they've been sitting all day.
wow.
And the body done got so relaxed. Now when they go home, they like, I done been at work all day. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. They going to go and cook them something quick. Or most people like to grab fast food on the way home. So that's another
they're tired,
bad
they don't
habit.
feel like
Exactly.
cooking.
A lot of parents don't like to cook nowadays, and especially a lot of young parents. The first thing they do is grab McDonald's, Burger King, or
Wendy's.
so
You're
forth
right. You're right.
for their children. But
You're right.
that's already programming them to eat unhealthy. Because now...
Because they setting the
Right,
trend.
exactly. I am a product of my environment. If that's what I'm being taught, that's how I'm going to eat. So when they try to figure out why a lot of children don't like fruits and veggies, that's why. When I
So
work,
they're not introduced to them at home.
Exactly.
And when they introduce it to them at school, a lot of times they don't respond
and they don't
in a
want it.
positive way.
Exactly.
Because, you know, I'm not familiar with it.
Right.
And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, my dad worked at Chrysler, and, I mean, there were things that was like a luxury for us to have. Like, I remember when pork chops cost a whole lot of money. I remember when certain vegetables cost. But I remember I was like, in my adult life, when I had kiwi for the first time. You know, I didn't know anything about it. And, you know, a lot of the, what some would refer to as exotic fruits, I got when we went over my grandmother's house.
Right.
Because she just bought every fruit that Randazzo's had.
My grandmother, both my grandmothers had gardens. And my one grandmama, she had a pear tree in her yard and a cherry tree in the front yard. And please believe she had us picking it with her. and that was your snack. Well, no such thing as, can we go to the store? No, I don't care if you see the kids up the street with candy and stuff. Here go y'all snacks right here. And she would make pies out of, you know,
So that's
cherries and
interesting
stuff.
because you mentioned that came from your grandmother on
Yeah.
both sides. But look at what you have found of value today because you were exposed to it when you were
Right.
younger.
We were.
I mean, and
that
that's
was our
proof.
snacks. You know, you guys are hungry. Okay, let's go in the house and get pears. Let's go get some cherries. We felt like we was getting the world. Like, yeah, we getting some pears and cherries off the tree. You
Wow,
know, but
wow.
that's what we were exposed to. And my grandmother had a garden. A lot of people don't have gardens nowadays. You know, but back then when I was young, a lot of the grandparents, they had gardens because that made their food stretch. They were used to having,
Wow.
you know, huge families and making food stretch. So if I got a garden, I don't have to go to the store and buy all these fruits and veggies because I'm going to use what I have here. You know, and now it's like most parents, they're into their careers, so they're not thinking about feeding their children healthy, you know, and some of them have the money to do it. But when they pick their kids
Hold on.
up.
Not only have the money, but some of them have the time.
Exactly.
They don't realize how much time they have.
But they don't.
Because a lot of times I would, so I didn't have to be held hostage to a fast food or a quick meal. I would get up really early in the morning and I would cook, use my crock pot, And sometimes, mostly when my kids were younger, I would cook for like 2 or 3 days at a time.
Right.
And just leave it where all I had to do was add the starch to it, but everything else was pretty much done.
Exactly.
So we didn't have to be held hostage to a Happy Meal and some of the other stuff that's out there. So we can still come home even when we're tired and eat and relax.
Right. Because you can heat up the food. You can warm it up quick. You know, you can put it in the oven, and the oven's going to warm it up real quick. A lot of people like to throw everything in the microwave. Not good. I believe you can put it in the oven and warm it up that way rather than put it in that microwave, letting all the waves hit the food. You know, put it in the oven, heat up in the oven. It's not going to take but a few minutes to heat it up and serve it to the kids.
And I think
fresh.
you hit on something very important, is that everybody wants everything in a hurry.
Yes.
And so even the 5 extra minutes it might take in the stove, you know, most people say, well, it'll be done in 2 minutes in the microwave.
But
I want to wait for it to heat up.
By the time you put each child plate in that microwave and heat it up, you done spent the 5 to 8 minutes that you could have put everybody food in the oven.
Good
and
point.
warmed it
Good
up.
point. Good point. Wow.
It's just about, you know, trying to teach the children how to eat healthy. If we don't eat healthy, the children are not going to eat healthy. You know, and if you're eating healthy and taking healthy stuff to work, then you get off and you're feeding the kids processed food, and we know processed food isn't the healthiest food to be feeding our children.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
They need the healthiest food that they can get, so they are trained to eat healthy, and they'll eat fruits and veggies. If I'm not taught to eat fruits and veggies, I'm not going to eat. If I'm taught, I'm going to still do it at my adult
That's right.
age. Because if you look at a lot of children that are obese now, a lot of them have issues. If you notice, they're not very sociable with other kids. A lot of them are depressed, you know, so they're going through a lot, and people really don't realize that they're going through something because
That's right.
they're kind of pushed to the side and ignored. Even the teachers don't really see it.
Yeah.
Because they have
Everybody's
so many kids
moving
to
so
deal
fast.
with. So it's like, one, our environment plays a big role when we're at home, because it starts at home. The school, what we're taught and what we eat at school, you know, in the community.
Wow.
So that's 3 different sources right there.
Yeah.
You know, if they're not learning from home, are they learning at school?
That's good.
And if you go in a lot of school cafeterias, some of them, they do have fruits and veggies, but the children don't eat them.
They don't.
They rather
and
buy
people
the
tell you
chips
all the
and
time
cookies.
they'll throw them out, or they're left there over to the after school piece, and they try to encourage them to take it home, and they don't. They pick the sweet fun stuff.
Right. The cookies, the chips that they see up there. But if they like pull that out of the lunchroom, they won't have to worry about them doing that. You know, maybe have a time of the day where they say, hey, okay, we're going to let everybody get snack time, you know.
And introduce it to them that way.
Right. So in the lunchroom, if they have it where no cookies, no chips, no sweets, and none, just put all healthy stuff in there and let them eat a regular healthy lunch, then that's all they have to choose from. They're forced to eat it and learn to eat healthy.
And be introduced to it.
Yes, we have so many high sugary foods and beverages in the cafeteria that
Most
kids
kids will be
automatically
drawn
pick
to that.
from
That's
and
right.
especially the ones who don't have it at home.
That's right.
They don't have it at home. The first thing they're going to say is, okay,
That's like
the
a
money's
treat.
on the
Yeah,
lunch card.
That's right.
My parents put it on there, so
That's
guess
right.
what? They're not going to know what I'm eating. I'm going to get this sweet stuff. For my son's school, I found out, you know, you can look online and see what they bought. I said, oh, okay. So I told him, I said, you were eating the fruits and stuff. Oh, I just looked on your little lunch thing this week, and you been buying chips and cookies. You can't do that and be an athlete. This idiot
He been caught.
Yes, he was caught, and all he could do was look at me like, oh, my God, how did you find out? And I showed him online.
Wow.
They show us exactly what you children order at lunch.
Wow.
He wasn't doing that at first, but then again, being around all his peers, not being able to have all the sweets at home. When he go in his friend house, he looking like, dang, mama, they have cookies and donuts and cakes and everything. And when his friends come to my house, they say, dang, man, you don't have nothing here to eat. Now, I got a fridge with fruit in it, but you don't have nothing here to eat, little Greg. And he'll look at them and be like,
Y'all don't
I
even
know. You know, like, so kids don't want to come, you know, hang out at my house because there's no sweets and stuff for them to eat up. So they gonna go to their home, and he's gonna follow them, and he see what all they get, and he just look like, wow. And I tell him, he's a kid, so I know when he leave home, he's gonna dodge, and if somebody's giving it to him and he see it, why? Because he doesn't have it at home.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and I tell him, I know you're gonna do this. You're the typical child.
That's right.
Every kid is going to be a kid. I don't care who they are. Even the kids who are taught to eat healthy at home, and you got some kids that eat real healthy. You know, they don't drink pop, none of that. They eat real healthy at home. But every now and then, they're going to indulge in what other kids indulge in because, again, they are children.
This is going to be really good for so many people. I just want you to know, because a lot of people have been struggling with some of the things that we're talking about today, like helping their children eat better and live better. And, you know, the truth of the matter is it's time to purchase school uniforms. And a lot of people are realizing that they could have did a better job with helping their kids to eat better, because now it's time to get school uniforms and they can't fit any of the clothes they had from last year, you know, and not because they've gotten taller, but because maybe they weren't as active as they should have been or as they could have been. So what are some, and again, I wanted to remind you guys, this is the newest show added to the On the Go radio station, powering the voice of community and change. And I have your host with me in the launch of her new show, Miss Michelle Ramsey. And the name of her show is Misha Inside and Out, making your health a priority. And we've been talking about a few things, prioritizing it for ourselves so that our children also have an opportunity to healthy lifestyle. So if you can, before we leave off the air today, Ramsey, if you can possibly maybe share a few tips that parents can be doing with their kids to get them active. And the reason why I asked this, I remember when back to school time came, even for myself, and I played sports and all that when I was a kid. But I remember when the first couple weeks of school started, it's like going up and down 3 flights of stairs. You remember, like it hit you,
right?
That you haven't done as much as you thought you know, and you find yourself, And I mean, that's as a kid, you know. So what can parents be doing now to help them get ready for their children going back to school and being in the best condition they can be in to take those stairs, and to also, for some of them, walking to school?
Give them a bike to ride. Instead of letting them sit and play the video game all day, take them outside, take them to the park, go walking with them, have the kids walk with you. You know, a lot of kids are sitting at home on the game all day or on the computer. That's why a lot of them are at obese level too, because they're not getting the physical activity. They're in the house all day, and you know as well as I do, when we were children, every kid was outside. You came inside for lunch, all we knew. And you came inside for dinner. You were back outside. That doesn't go on anymore. So take the kids walking with you. Take the kids to the park, let them, you know, play outside, let them ride a bike, get them some roller skates or some roller blades, let them be active. Put them in different activities. There are a lot of activities around. I know some parents can't afford the activities, but there are different centers that have free activities that go on. When they have them, take the children there and let them indulge in it.
That's good. And so I would encourage all that are here and the hearing of our voice, or you're watching this via video or live on Facebook, take advantage of the opportunity to chime in to the show. It'll be available live on Saturdays and also viewing on the radio station. If you have not downloaded the app, I would make the recommendation for you to do that. You can go to the Apple Store or to the Google Play Store and type in my name, Yolanda, with a space in between, Eddins, Eddins, on this On the Go with Yo. And inside the app, it's an opportunity for you to view all of the videos. There's other multiple ways in the radio station. Everything is dropped right in the app. But we really want you to take advantage of these resources. There is a few extra pieces that's in there, and I think what we'll start doing, because you're on board now, is maybe making available some healthy recipes or some exercise tips that we can put in there too.
Awesome.
So I'm excited for you, Ramsey.
I'm excited to be with you, Yolanda, and Yo on the Go.
we can't wait. You guys get ready. A lot of people work on being fit and active and looking great in the summer. But I'm saying to you guys, fall is coming. You can be rocking out some of them suits. It's never too late.
Exactly. You want to look good 365 days a year, 24/7, not just for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want just summer bodies. We want all year-round bodies that are in shape and healthy.
Wow.
You are what you eat. What you put in your body is what you are.
Yeah, that's cool. So I'm excited. Make sure you guys get a chance and share these videos with somebody. You know, sometimes you want to give people advice, but they're not nice to you and they won't receive it. This is a great way to help somebody out by connecting them to some really good information. This is not just something that she's talking about on the show. She lives it. The one thing I love about Ramsey is she don't choke you with being better. Like some people, because they're at that place, you know, she talked to you today and she was transparent to say her grandmother introduced her to healthier ways to eat and options and what you can cook and what you can eat and grow. But some people have not had that opportunity. They haven't had that exposure. So understand, sometimes you come in contact with people like this and they want to point out everything. Oh, you shouldn't, girl, you want to die.
Right.
And she's never been that kind of person. And that's why I really thought that she would be one of the, just a natural fit for the lineup on this radio station, because it is to power the voice of community and change and get people to a point of change. But people need to be able to get there on their own, not to please somebody else, but to be a better person for themselves.
Exactly, to live them a healthier lifestyle and feel good about themselves. It doesn't happen overnight. It's one step at a time.
That's good.
We learn day by day. Everybody on this earth is steadily evolving each day of their life that they're living. We all are.
Wow.
Constantly learning. I'm constantly learning.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful that I have you in my life and the opportunity for people to be able to get this information. So again, thank you all for being a part and being with us on today for the Misha
Inside Out, making your health a priority.
On the Go Radio station, powering the voice of community and change. Have an awesome day.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna